Now, sports with Mo Carter.
And good evening, sports fans. Coach Nick Saban and the Crimson Tide showed the world that Alabama is still the team to beat in the SEC West by pummeling previously unbeaten LSU. This week they head to Starkville for another top 25 matchup against Dak Prescott and Mississippi State. And the final weekend of the month of October is here, and it's now time for another edition of Mo and Longshore. John Longshore joining us once again. And John, I got to say happy early Halloween to you, my man.
Oh, same to you. We have a little guest here with us, I say.
Exactly. Our friend Jack makes his one-time appearance through the year on tonight. The Montgomery Biscuits have been quite successful against the Lookouts so far. 3 wins in a row for the home team, and tonight they won it 4. Off the Riverwalk we go. The fans were doing the YMCA. You know it never gets old. You're probably doing it in your living room right now. The bad weather here in Birmingham, Alabama was not enough to dampen the spirits of the Alabama State football team as they were able to knock off their arch rival Alabama A&M 35-20 in the 74th edition of the Magic City Classic. The last Auburn victory in Baton Rouge came all the way back in 1999 when Tommy Tuberville was the head coach. Unfortunately, Auburn fans will have to wait until 2017 to try to get that victory again because today LSU had Auburn's number. Let's take you to Death Valley inside of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. It's Leonard Fournette channeling his inner Herschel Walker, running over Blake Countess and stepping into the end zone for a touchdown. LSU was up 24-0 at that point. It was not a good day for the Auburn Tigers. Jeremy Johnson running the read option, calls his own number, and then he is off to the races. 65 yards later, he has a touchdown for the Auburn Tigers. That cuts LSU's lead down to 24-7. But LSU, they continue to use that power running game. Fournette again just knocking defenders out the way left and right, scoring at will. As you check out your final score, LSU goes on to beat Auburn 45-21. Leonard Fournette, 228 yards and 3 touchdowns. Now the Halloween matchup between Ole Miss and Auburn was billed as a potential SEC West elimination game in the offseason, one that had massive revenge narratives from last season's ending and featured 2 high-powered offenses that tried to stay alive for the race to Atlanta. At least that's what we thought in the offseason. But as October comes to a close, Ole Miss is the only one with those championship hopes. Although they're slimmer after a pair of tough road losses, Auburn is just scratching and clawing just to qualify for a bowl game. And for a Mo Sports moment, we're going international. We go to the Track and Field World Championships. After winning the 200-meter dash, Usain Bolt had no other competitors to face. However, little did he know that there was an overzealous cameraman lurking behind. A mobile cameraman lost control of his Segway and took the world's fastest man down from behind. After a quick laugh, everyone was able to get up with no injuries. My first question, Darryl, is why was he on a Segway doing that? Because you know they have those cameras that just go straight around.
Exactly.
The entire track.
At least it happened after the race instead of before the race.
Oh, do you know what kind of miserable feeling people would have had if Usain Bolt would have not been able to run before the race if that happened?
And we all know what it's like for a camera to bump into some things.
Of course, and we know how it is to have someone bump into us with a camera in our hands as well. After dropping their first 3 contests of the season, Alabama State has won 4 out of their last 5 and currently sit at 4-4 in the season with 3 games left. Up next for the Hornets is the East Division battle against Jackson State. In the last 5 meetings between the Hornets and Tigers, the average margin of victory is only 6.5 points. Saturday's game will be a challenge for ASU because Jackson State possesses the SWAC's top passer, Lamontiez Ivy. He has the ability to keep Alabama State's defense on its toes.
The quarterback's really good. He's thrown for a lot of yards if you look at it, and offensively they can put some points on the board fast if you're not playing disciplined football. Defensively, very resilient group of guys that run really well, and we're facing a very tough team, a team that is going to come into that ball game and give us everything we got, and a team that's going to come in and play to win.
With the release of the College Football Playoff Committee's initial ranking, Saturday's gridiron battle between LSU and Alabama is now a top 5 battle in T-Town, and the contest will showcase 2 of the best running backs in the nation. LSU running back Leonard Fournette and Alabama's Derrick Henry have been the most important players in the SEC so far this year, and in 3 days they will both try to lead their teams to a victory. We caught up with both guys recently, and they shared their knowledge about the LSU-Alabama rivalry.
Since high school, you know, at home, you were so excited just watching them, LSU and Alabama, go against each other. And now to see you're in it, you know, it's something big. And it's just the legacy between these 2 teams, the tradition they have against each other. So it's going to be a good one.
You know, they're a great team, a great opponent, but you got to stay focused and execute the plan that's hand by what you do throughout the week with preparation. So you just got to prepare right to get ready for Saturday.
CBS 8 has you covered with the SEC on CBS in prime time as Alabama plays host to LSU in a top 5 battle. You can see it live 7 p.m. this Saturday on CBS 8. Hey, good evening, everyone. In just 9 days, Coach Willie Slater and his Golden Tigers will kick off their 2015 football season with a conference game against Clark Atlanta. With the pressure of defending their conference championship mounting, Coach Slater will need some new players to step up to the challenge. One of those players is Michigan transfer Dennis Norfleet. The speedy kick returner will also be called upon to make plays on the offensive side of the ball as a running back and wide receiver. Coach Slater did say that Tyree Brooks will get the bulk of carries in the rushing attack, but they won't shy away from getting Norfleet his touches.
He's doing well. He's having a good camp. Still learning our system. But he's a fast learner, and he just have that uncanny ability to run the ball. He's going to impact our team. He'll impact our team in the kicking game, and he's going to play tailback for us too.
Hey, Ben, the 2015 football season for the Alabama State Hornets will kick off in just a few minutes as they will take on Tennessee State here inside of Nissan Stadium, the home of the Tennessee Titans. This will be the first game action that Alabama State has seen since last year's homecoming game against Stillman. Of course, they did not have spring ball due to APR issues. And Coach Brian Jenkins and company, they're ready to kick things off.
Just ready to play. You know, we got to line up and play as a team. Everybody has to do their job, and we got to go in and be willing to fight from the beginning to the end. We're ready to go. Guys have been great. You know, they've given great energy and effort throughout camp, and they've been great in preparing for this game. So we're going to go lay it on the line and see what comes out of it.
The action will kick off here at 6 p.m. Stick with the Alabama News Network coming up tonight at 10. We'll have highlights and recap of Brian Jenkins' first game as the ASU head coach. In Nashville, covering the ASU Hornets, I'm Mo Carter for the Alabama News Network. Saturday night, Avery Johnson, the new Alabama basketball coach with a strong accent from New Orleans, was honored in his home state for achievements as a basketball player. The new Tide coach was inducted into the 2015 Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame class. He was the standout high school and college player in the state of Louisiana. He later went on to play with the San Antonio Spurs and led them to an NBA title in 1999. It's just another exciting chapter in Johnson's book.
Would have ever known, you know, somebody that was basically deep on the bench on his high school team back in 1983 would ever be in the Hall of Fame. But that's what dreams are made of. I'm glad I'm here. I'm glad I'm going in with this 2015 Hall of Fame group. I'm honored to have my family and friends here to celebrate.
Also going into the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame is West Alabama legend Otis Washington. The Selma native graduated from R.B. Hudson in 1957. Then he took his talents to the Crescent City of New Orleans, played football on the last collegiate football team at Xavier of New Orleans. Following that, he remained in the Crescent City, won state titles as the head coach of St. Aug High in the 60s and 70s, and was the head coach at Southern University in the 80s.
I stuck with it and had a chance to go against some of the best people, as you said earlier, in the state of Louisiana, both in high school and in the college ranks. And I appreciate the honor of going into this hall very, very much.
Quickly in most sports, last week this guy at the Cavs-Grizzlies game hits the half-court shot. And what does he win? Money? Season tickets? A cruise? Actually, the half-court shot was for him to get free tater tots for life from Sonic. According to the Wall Street Journal, factoring the cost of the medium order of tots at a Memphis area Sonic restaurant, a 30-year-old fan who now lives another 50 years will get $4,628 worth of free tater tots from Sonic. So, I mean, I like Sonic tater tots, but I think he could have got a better prize, don't y'all think?
I'm with a new car, some season tickets, some tater tots.
Yeah, maybe Sonic will throw in some cherry limeades along with
exactly,
it, maybe.
Exactly.
Maybe a slush, free slushes or something. But yeah, free tater tots for the next 50 years.
Oh, wow.
Hey, more power to them.
Yeah, good.
Thanks, Mo.